Peace, love, and joy. What's good, YouTube? It's Kareem Samdi back again with another video. Alright, so today we're going to get into law of attraction and how to use it to manifest the reality that you want. So law of attraction is one of the most talked about things because obviously everybody wants to create their own reality and everybody wants to be successful according to the visions that they have and who they want to be. So understanding the law of attraction involves understanding how the law of cause and effect works. And the law of cause and effect states that every cause has an effect. So every action has an effect, every action has a reaction, and every effect has its cause. So that means whatever you do, something will and must result from whatever that you do. And when it comes to the law of attraction, which is nothing more than a subset, and it involves you getting into a certain vibration and attracting things to you, that essentially is the result of you seeing a vision and you becoming more in alignment with that. When you're in alignment with that vision that you have, then everything that you need begins to come through to you. It begins to come forward to you. So that's the basis for the law of attraction. So what we need to do, as people who practice the occult and who are looking to transform ourselves, we need to first see what that vision is, and we have to do that by looking within. And so I like to say that we all know the answers to anything that we could ever ask. And so that involves taking an introspective look within. So you can do this through meditation, you can do this through self-reflection, any means to really get an idea. We all know what it is exactly that we see for ourselves, the best version that we see ourselves to be. So how do we move in alignment to actually become in alignment with that and attract everything that life yields, right? Well, essentially you have to create an identity for yourself that is in alignment with what you want to attract. So for me, I am a spiritual guide for thousands of people, right? And I'm putting myself out there as Kareem Samdi, making videos every single day, guiding people spiritually, sharing what I learned and what I have applied through my spiritual journey and my experience in many different lives. And as a result of me gaining this knowledge and me sharing this knowledge and bringing value to that table, things begin to attract towards me that are in alignment with that. So essentially, you need to do the same thing for whatever else it is that you want. So if you want to do something similar, you want to inspire people, let's say as a teacher, right? And you want to get more students. So you have to put yourself in a position to teach whatever subject that it is that you enjoy. If you're a musician and you want to share your art, share your musical art, you want to share all of your songs, you have to put yourself in a position to really attract those things. And so that first starts with if you're not practicing your craft, you need to practice your craft, right? There's not a day that I do not read books dealing with the occult, books dealing with spirituality, books dealing with self-development and transformation. There's not one day that I don't read, and also because I am also an artist, there's not one day that I'm not drawing, whether it's on my drawing tablet or whether it's in my sketchbook. There's not one day that I'm not drawing. And I am also an author, and so there's not one day that I'm not working on my book. So that's essentially the mindset and what we need to have, right? You have to get into the habit of doing things. See, the thing is, what we're not taking into account when it comes to our visions is that we're not really doing these visions. We have these plans, but there's no action. And when there's no action, the spirit can come through and give you the further resources that you need to attract everything that it is that you desire. See, you can have anything that you desire in this matrix. You can have anything that you desire beyond this matrix, but it all involves action, because action functions the same way that light does, and it functions the same way that light within the brain does, which is also called melanin, neuromelanin, right? It functions that same way. If you want to bring that to the forefront, you essentially have to create a certain action, and that action is included within the law of cause and effect. So you have to cause something so you can get those effects to come to you. And that's essentially how the law of attraction works. That's how we do it. All right. You want to put yourself in a position every single day. It's about consistency. You don't even have to work as hard. So you want to get out of that hard work mindset. So the flat fact is that if you do something, you're going to get a reaction. You're going to get effects. And if you move into alignment, you create an identity for yourself, and you put yourself in a position to attract things that are in alignment with that identity, right? You're constantly, you're a musician, right? So you're constantly practicing singing, rapping, whatever it is that you do, practicing whatever instrument that it is that you play. You're doing that every single day. You're making beats every single day, or you're in the studio every single day. Now, what else do? You find a way to share those things. And so once you start sharing those things and you start growing your network, that means now that you're sharing those things and growing your network, the right people are going to trickle down into that vibration, into that identity that you've created as a musician. You know, it's very, very, very simple. You know, it's actually not really as hard as we make it out to be. And just visualizing it, right? Just seeing it in a dream isn't something that's gonna bring it towards you, right? You know, you can go and you can say, I'm this, I'm that, all day until you're blue in the face, but unless you're doing it, the subconscious mind isn't gonna recognize it. The subconscious mind isn't going to bring that forth for you, because you're not programming the subconscious mind to make that your reality, because you're not doing the repetition enough. You're not wearing the symbols enough to be what it is that you want to be, to attract what it is that you want to attract. So you have to create a certain symbol for yourself. That's why I say you make an identity for yourself, and you deify yourself with that identity, and you hold true to that identity, and you do things in alignment with that every single day. That's how you attract things. That's how you create your reality, rather than having your reality be created by all these other things outside of you. See, they told you that essentially thinking this way wasn't necessarily realistic, but it's not the case. You have to really just, it really is the case, but it's just hidden from you, you know, and it's hidden under the guise because you've been programmed so much to think that you have to work harder than you need to, when in reality you just need to move into a state of being. And you move into that state of being by first getting out of the state of fantasizing and thinking so much, right? Where you have the vision, but all you do is think and talk about it. So you move from that state to doing what it is that you know you are trying to become. And then after that, you be it. That's why I say make an identity for yourself. And in making the identity and holding true to that identity and doing it every single day, reminding yourself that that is there every day, you will attract everything that it is that you desire, right? If you want to be a YouTuber, you should always have your camera on you, always be ready to make videos, and bring it around with you every single day. Hold yourself accountable. And the reason why I say that is because the camera will become a symbol for you, and that symbol will trickle into the subconscious mind. So once you get in the habit of doing stuff like that, whatever, it doesn't have to be a camera. It depends on whatever your craft is. You know, anything that's going to remind you of the identity that you wish to create, the reality that you wish to attract, and the resources that you wish to attract, the abundance that you wish to attract. You want to remind yourself of that in every single way possible. It can be your name. It can be what you carry around with you throughout the day. It can be sleeping with the object that resonates with that reality that you wish to create, right? Anything. You have to have it there with you at all times, you know, throughout the day, or really, you know, you just want it to be there to remind you all the time. And once you begin to get consistent with what you do, then everything will come and flourish for you. But first, obviously, it requires you creating that identity and you stepping into that identity. You have to take those steps. You have to take that leap of faith. And if you don't do that, you're holding yourself back. It doesn't matter what the excuse is. Obviously, the time is now to get in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing. So that's the law of attraction video. I wish you all luck in your journey and peace.